Hi, my name is Lud Bradley, and I'm here to tell you how to start in the tattoo world. So, this video is for people that have never ever touched a machine. If you want to get started on it, this is what you want to be watching. I'm going to be telling you in less than 10 minutes what you have to buy, what you need to start, how to set it up, all the things you need to know so you can start practicing and fake skin. Couple things we need to do is we need a comfortable flat surface to work with. We need to clean it. It's very important you keep it clean. In the tattoo industry, cleaning is extremely important. We use cavicide, maxicide, alcohol to make sure it's clean. Now, you also need gloves, you need dental bibs, machine, needles, razor blades, tongue depressor, scissors, water bottle, ink caps, and ink. Let's talk about the machines. Machines have two parts. You have the grip, the motor, and this is the part that moves the needle. So this comes on different strokes. The strokes means the distance the needle is gonna move back and forth when you're tattooing. When we talk about the stroke of the machine, we talk about the distance that the needle is traveling up and down when it touches the skin. So this one is a 4.0. It means that the needle is traveling 4 millimeters up and down. Let's talk about the voltage and the frequency on our machines. This is very important when we're working because we will need this information to know how hard or how frequent our machine or our needle is hitting the skin. So I use a 4.0 on a 3.2. These are for different things that I would be talking about later, but what is very important is for you to know what type of machines you can use. You can use a coil machine, which it works on electricity, or you can use a rotative machine, which works with a motor. Now, there's different brands, different types, different shapes. This is not important when you're starting. This is a personal preference thing. So, as long as you have a good machine and you know what stroke you're working with, that's all you need. It's very important that you need what stroke you're using because this is going to determine the hand speed, the pressure, and all of the things that are going to affect how the skin is going to be treated later. Now, let's talk about needles. There's lots of different types, lots of different configurations. It's very important as well that you know to use those configurations for what it needs to be used. So let's talk about what type of needles we're gonna encounter when we're buying it, right? We have liners, and how the name says is for lining. We can also use this for little details, doing little textures, maybe things that are very small and it's really hard to get our needles in there. Then we also have our magnums. Magnums is a bigger needle, and these ones are used for big shading spots. It's basically like a brush. Now, these needles also come in different configurations. It comes on buck pins, they come in different sizes, they come on different tightness. So make sure you use what is proper and according to your skills, right? So let's talk about a little bit of how the configurations on the line needles work like. We have different sizes from 3 to 18, which is the bigger the number, the bigger the needle. Now, I normally use a 3-round liner for most of my things, but it really depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, let's talk about magnums. The magnums come on flat and curved. Flat is for packing color, curved is to shape. You can use both for both, but technically we have to use, if you want soft shading, we have to use the curved mag. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit of how the configuration comes on these needles, because when you open them, and this is the way you can use to know if you're using the right one. right? So normally the curved magnum has in the edges, the last needles are a little lower than the ones in the middle. So with this, you'll be able to actually see physically that you're not using a flat magnum when you want to use a curved magnum, right? These needles come from 5 till 27, and nowadays we even have 100 needles in a magnum. So make sure you use the right size for your hand speed and for what you're tattooing. So let's talk about another needle that you're gonna encounter when you're working with it, and it's the round shader. This looks like a liner, but it's not. So what's the difference between this needle and the liner is that the needles in here, the configuration comes farther apart. Imagine that the liner comes like this and the round shader comes like this with that needle in the middle. And this is for you to achieve soft shadings but in tighter areas. You also can use it for textures and packing or doing very small color details. So you can tell what needle is what. So it's very important that you know how they look like before you start using them. Now, how to get in the industry? Do this right. And the way to do this right is with an apprenticeship. You have to find a mentor, and you have to find a good mentor. So prepare a portfolio. Make sure you have enough knowledge that when you go for an interview with a shop owner or a mentor, you know where you're standing. It's very important to us that you show us that you're very serious about it. This is not a game, and the people that are in the industry don't like people that come into the industry treating like a game. So make sure you're ready. Make sure you get yourself very prepared. You have a good portfolio, and it's very important that you know art. You have to have at least a basic concept of drawing, painting, and art in general.